Hey, in today's video, I'll talk about bacterial infection in aquarium shrimps, specifically in cherry shrimps, or you can also say neocarditina shrimps. Now, out of all the diseases of aquarium shrimps, bacterial infection can be uh, can be referred to as the most dangerous one, I would say, because till now we don't have much information on bacterial infections on shrimps. Also, they come in a very stealth mode. It is very hard to detect bacterial infection in the early stages. Typically, when you detect them, that is actually too late, and it will be very hard to save the shrimp actually. Now, you can detect bacterial infection if the shrimp has a translucent body. If you can actually see the insides of the shrimp through its body, we can typically see these things in baby shrimps when the color hasn't developed yet. So, in that kind of transparent body, you can actually see in shrimps have a dark pinkish color on their internal organs. As you can see, if the body is transparent, you can see that the organs are kind of dark pinkish color. But when bacterial infection occurs, that color changes. It may change to white, black, or dark brown. Also, the organs will seem inflamed if any bacterial infection occurs. So, out of these signs, you might guess that your shrimp is suffering from any type of bacterial infection. But as I have said before, discerning these signs and understanding them is very difficult, especially if you are a beginner. Um, Now, after you have found out like your shrimps are suffering from bacterial infections, it might actually be too late, and you will actually see shrimps are starting to die. Now, what you can do to cure this situation? Well, there are some tips you can follow. First, you will have to perform large water changes every day. I would say like 80% water changes every single day, and it will help out to clean some of the water parameters. Also, you can use hydrogen peroxide solution, 3% hydrogen peroxide solution. So if for every I would say let me see. Yes, so for every 4 liter of tank water, you need 1 ml of hydrogen peroxide. So calculate the required amount according to that, and then dose that hydrogen peroxide solution to your tank water. If the situation is very severe, then you can actually dose 2 ml for every 4 liter, and continuously do that until you see the situation is improving, or do it at least for about 5 or 7 days and see if anything is improving. Now, for some bacterial infections, another product works. I have heard from other people, and that is called glass garden. Let me tell you clearly, glass garden beta glucan. So it is one type of medication, yeah, that you can find on the market, and it is an antibacterial medicine. So if you want, you can also dose your tank with this medication. Obviously, read the label on the medication very clear properly, so that you don't overdose or underdose or anything like that. These medicines are very dangerous. If you overdose, and your whole tank can be wiped out instantly if the dosage is not right. So take care of these things. Now, how to prevent bacterial infection? Bacterial infection typically occurs when the temperature of the tank is a little bit on the higher range. So bacteria like high tempered water. So if the temperature is high, make sure you're doing something to make it on the cooler side. Like if the tank has a lid, then try keeping the lid open so that the water stays cool. You can also invest on a cooler if you have the budget, or you can install some fans over the tank, so the fans put air directly to the tank water surface, and this way the water will get cool enough so the bacterial infection might not occur. So these are some of the steps you can take. Also, make sure you have a high filtration, good filtration. You're changing water regularly on a weekly basis. These are all the correct practices for keeping shrimps, and if you keep doing these practices consistently, not only bacterial infection, most of the diseases will not occur if you just keep the water parameters right and the water quality clean enough. Then most of your problems will not even happen in a shrimp tank. Now these are all about bacterial infection in shrimps. If you're in such a situation, I wish you all the best. Follow the tips I have mentioned, do some regular water changes, dose with hydrogen peroxide solution or Glasgarten, the product I mentioned, the Glasgarten beta glucan. It's a very hard name, I can't remember the name. And keep doing those things, and hopefully your shrimps will survive. Now one thing I'd also like to mention is that if one shrimp is affected with bacterial infection, it is highly likely that all of your shrimps will get affected too in the tank. So it is better to treat the whole tank and expect to see more of your shrimps dying in the next several days, because bacterial infection just doesn't occur on one shrimp. Okay, so if one dies, you can expect to see more of them dying in the next several days. So keep in mind that and be prepared for that. And that's all it for today. Take care.